Drugs are addictive. Once you try, there's no turning back. Do not harm yourself, kid. You're too young to die. The drug is a substance that can cause the death of an organism if taken more than the dosage. It causes a change in the physiological and psychological structure of the organism when it is consumed. There are various mediums through which one can intake or consume drugs, like smoking, inhalation, injection, and etc. In pharmacy terms, a drug is a chemical substance that is typical of a known structure, which when entering into a living organism, produces a biological effect. The other name given to pharmaceutical drugs is medicine or medication. It mainly treats, cares, or prevents a disease present in the body. Drug addiction is a chronic disease characterized by drug seeking and use that is compulsive or difficult to control, despite harmful consequences. Brain changes that occur over time with drug use challenge an addicted person's self-control and interfere with their ability to resist intense urges to take drugs. This is why drug addiction is also a relapsing disease. Relapse is a return to drug use after an attempt to stop. Relapse indicates the need for more or different treatment. Most drugs affect the brain's reward circuit by flooding it with the chemical messenger dopamine. Surges of dopamine in the reward circuit cause the reinforcement of pleasurable but unhealthy activities, leading people to repeat the behavior again and again. Over time, the brain adjusts to the excess dopamine, which reduces the high that the person feels compared to the high they felt when first taking the drug, an effect known as tolerance. They might take more of the drug, trying to achieve the same dopamine high. No single factor can predict whether a person will become addicted to drugs. A combination of genetic, environmental, and developmental factors influences risk for addiction. The more risk factors a person has, the greater the chance that taking drugs can lead to addiction. Drug addiction is treatable and can be successfully managed. More good news is that drug use and addiction are preventable. Teachers, parents, and health care providers have crucial roles in educating young people and preventing drug use and addiction. More than 7 million people suffer from illicit drug use disorder, and 1 in 4 deaths can be attributed to alcohol, tobacco, and illicit or prescription drug use. Drugs can ruin your future, your family, your relationship among others, and your entire life. Stay away from people and drugs, and don't go to parties without the consent of your parents. Drugs can make you hallucinate and make you do things you wouldn't normally say. You might get angry with no valid reason. You might lose your temper and you feel out of place most of the time. You might lose your mind and totally destroy your present life. You might get into trouble, suffer illness, and experience a lot of physical, mental, and emotional problems. Drugs may become your temporary escape, but it can be your worst regret if it happens. If you feel sad or depressed, try to talk to someone who can understand you well. Do not let drugs ruin your life. Be responsible enough. The more you use, the less you live. It will destroy your dream. It will destroy yourself. It will destroy everything. Do not use drugs. You're too young to suffer and die. The top 10 reasons to say no to drugs. Drugs and alcohol mess up your mind. Drugs and alcohol mess up your body. Drugs and alcohol are a waste of money. They increase crime in your neighborhood. Drugs and alcohol can kill you. Drugs and alcohol users are losers. If you get caught with them, you'll go to jail. Drugs and alcohol users do poorly in school. Drug and alcohol users hurt other people. Drugs and alcohol can be addicting. Drugs and alcohol mess up your mind. Just say no to drugs. Get rid of using it. Protect yourself, your family, and your future. Don't try, or else you'll die.